All right, okay, we got it set up. All right. So trendy, top 50 key player, right? So we're gonna talk over Infectious and the new patches to Street Fighter 6. Um, so how about you introduce yourself and you can tell me about why Marissa Infectious played by Marissa is so good.
Yeah, I'm trendy. I've been playing Street Fighter since Street Fighter 3. Didn't really get very good at Street Fighter until Street Fighter 4. Didn't really do tournament play either. I haven't really done tournament play until Street Fighter 6, until I started doing locals. I won a local tournament here in Kansas City, basically just main Aki. I play a lot of Ken. I play a lot of everybody just because I like all the characters. But so Infectious, he's just a different animal, dude. He's just a completely different beast altogether. The thing that makes Infectious a breath of fresh air, the core gameplay of Street Fighter 6 is just based around getting a whiff punish through footsies or neutral, whatever your preference, and getting that drive rush in, or getting a freehand combo in that doesn't take any meter, getting people to the corner and pummeling them. That's the whole idea of this game. And what I like about Infectious is that he doesn't actually adhere to the combat sports of the game, which is getting drive rush at all. He doesn't, in fact, you don't really see him doing that much drive rush at all. And instead, he's like a juggernaut that just walks at you. And, he's reacting to your buttons, or maybe not necessarily reacting to all your buttons, but he's reacting to the situations and the setups that he's putting you in. For example, I noticed in the Broski matchup when he'd do the I forgot what it's called, the coward crouch, like the snake stance, he starts going into that, and Infectious just immediately recognized, oh, this is I can punish this, I can light punch this. He would immediately light punch it and put Broski in a big combo. It made Broski feel like, okay, well, I can't do anything that's fake against this guy. If it's fake, it's going to get punished. And so that's what really set the tone the entire match. All of his matches went this way too. There was nothing that people could do that was really fake against him.
Yeah, it must have taken like a lot of labbing, right? Like for someone to be retired for so long and then just come back, like.
Oh, dude, 1,000,000%. Yeah, I don't know who he was playing with on the sidelines, but he was definitely playing with someone on the sidelines. Tournament. I forgot what did he place at the last World Warrior event. Was it like 14th or 18th or something? I can't remember. It just wasn't very high. He kind of just got placed there and just kind of never came back to it until now. And what makes it so interesting is that he returned as like he left like I'm trying to figure out like the equivalent. He left like like getting defeated by like the Z crew, right? Like he was Vegeta, right? And he left the planet, comes back a fucking Super Saiyan 3, right? Like that's the analogy, right? Like he came back way better.
You got like a Zenkai boost?
Yeah, like a massive Zenkai boost, right? But he didn't, like, it's not like he just left and came back. Like during that time he was training. I don't know who he was training with, but he's gotten a lot better. He picked up Marissa. Marissa doesn't really have a lot of great tools. And even though he did great with Marissa, I still personally think Marissa is like bottom of the barrel. Like she's extraordinarily low tier. And a lot of the stuff that he was doing had nothing to do with Marissa. There was a couple things there, but like the perfect parries, the timing, calling the bluff on what's fake and what's not fake, all that had to do with player knowledge, right? Maybe even potentially matchup knowledge as well. But some of the things that he did that were completely surprising was off of a plus 36 situation. He would whiff the light punch Superman, and for high skill players, a lot of players like to try to perfect parry that. That's like perfect parry bait. It's kind of like Ken's Dragon Tail kick, right? Yeah. And so what you were seeing is that this plus 36 situation would whiff on their wake up, and they would throw out the parry, and they'd not get a hit, which like a hit confirm that their parry reacted to the hit, which now puts their parry and cooldown and puts them into punish counter. It's a really bad situation for them. They probably should have just been like drive rushing off of it so that they get something out of it rather than just hitting parry for nothing, you know? But
I hadn't seen that before. It was kind of like
no, they haven't. No, so of course that's why they fell prey to this.
It's like with
and
like a light Tatsu or a burning knuckle or something like that to cover distance, and then like, but way more devious than that, if you know what I mean. Because
yeah, absolutely, yeah, it's almost like the setup that we saw from oh god, I can't remember the player. It's been covered though. It's kind of like the dirty DI setup, right? It's where off of a plus 37 situation on their wake up, you're DIing, but it looks like as soon as they get up, they're going to get smacked into the wall. So what does the high tier, like, you know, like a good player do is they react to DI, right? They try to DI back, but only their DI whiffs because your DI was intended to whiff. Now they're DIing you again, and they're actually DIing your DI, right? It's like a whole mind game there. So this is kind of the same idea. It's the same trick, but off of just a special move, like just you know, off of her light Superman. So that was interesting to see. And so what was funny about that is it was putting Lex. I think I remember watching this happen to Lex, putting him in the same exact situation over and over again. He'd get out of the corner, get back thrown into that situation. He'd get comboed into that plus 36 situation, into the light Superman, and you know, there you have it. There's another parry, and just it's almost like his brain was just wired to do these things, right? And what Infectious is doing is he's deconstructing your playstyle, right? He's deconstructing the things that you know to do, and he's saying, no, you should not do this, right? And so it's fighting against a player that's doing that to you is very, very hard to adapt to, especially in a tournament setting where the stakes are high and people are watching, and you know this is going to be broadcasted and everyone's sitting there staring at you. And another thing that was interesting is the two other things is that he was using.
Do you think like Infectious for like his mental, he just imagines everyone naked? Maybe that's his secret.
Just picture them in their underwear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jesus, because it's like a.
I think he's just picturing the whole everyone that's watching this digitally just sitting there naked, just with neck beards, slobbering on themselves, you know.
Doritos all over their neck, tangled in their neck beard.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. And
takes the edge off.
Another thing that was really cool too, man, is he was using OD. Oh man, I forget the special moves. What's the special move called? The OD armor. Gladius. Thank you. He was using OD Gladius as like anti-air. I'm sorry, anti reversal bait in a way. You know, like if you tried to reversal it, it absorbed the 2 hits, and if you didn't reversal it, it's his turn. It was so genius, and I just don't know why people haven't figured that out. That's like, I kind of feel like people should have figured that out by now for some reason. But then again, there's no moves in this game that like break armor. You know, like in Street Fighter 4, there was moves that could break armor. You know, you did a focus attack, and
no, totally. Like sometimes that like messes me up because you're like, Drive Impact should have like maybe like piercing moves, like because like in Street Fighter 4 there was like Tatsu would break focus attack or something.
Yeah, we're talking about Ryu, right? Yeah, Ryu's Tatsu would break focus. You're right.
You know, I predict the DI, and then I go back into like Street Fighter 4 brain, and I'm like, oh yeah, I should Tatsu here.
Yes, yeah, no, I hear you. Same with me. Like when I played Sakura, you know, like I would rely on Sakura's Tatsu loops to like just break any kind of focus that would happen. That's the great thing about playing her too, is that like, yeah, she has really good Tatsu loops. They were 1-frame links. But it's just also like, okay, they want to try to focus attack to get out of it. Well, it's not going to work. It'll break it. We don't really have anything like that in this game. And, you know, I think that the game was designed around not having that, because Drive Impact would be pretty useless If you could just react, throw out the special that broke the armor, it would make Drive Impact pretty useless, I feel like. But at the same time, it would be cool if maybe a couple characters had something like that. You know, maybe not like, since like I would say like characters that don't have a DP, like not having a DP in this game is a big deal. You know what I mean? Like it's one of the core foundations of having a high, like top 5, top 10 character is having a DP, a good DP, not a crap DP like Jamie, right? But I think having a DP is super important. So you could give some power to characters that don't have a DP that's like invincible. I would say like something like Kimberly, right? Like I could see Kimberly having like an armor breaking move that's, you know, just completely destroys armor. That would be kind of cool to see, actually. Or maybe Bison, or maybe not Bison. He does too much damage. But I don't know. And the other thing he was doing, getting back on topic, is he was doing the guard, the OD guard move, or maybe not even, it wasn't even OD guard, but he was reacting to it as a crosscut. He was using the OD, like the crosscut guard, knocking people out of the air when they tried to cross him up. The reason why I think that's interesting is because it leaves, like, it creates this like option select that where I don't even know if it's an option select, but if they try to press a button during the cross up, they'll just get knocked out of the air. And if they do the empty jump, he will get the command throw on, right?
Yeah.
And so it's just an interesting situation. So like to know that crossing him up is just blatantly a terrible idea against Marissa.
Like,
I didn't realize Marissa was so strong on getting crossed up. That's totally new.
So much of the screen as well. Like
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's like all vertically up. Like when you like think about Marissa, you don't think about how vertical the space she controls with that tech.
You try to cross her up and you hit that light kick on the cross up, right? And you'll get knocked out of the air. Not only will you get knocked out of the air, but like I showed you earlier, it lands into like the plus 43, plus 42 area. Well, now she gets a safe jump, right? If not a safe jump, she gets a forward dash or two. So it's just an all-around terrible situation for trying to cross her up. It's never going to be a very good reward if a player plays like that and utilizes those tools. So that's what I think is pretty interesting about Infectious. And also, he's extraordinarily solid. He completely revamped the way to think about the game. A lot of people are saying, oh, it's just like crouch medium kick, drive rush that. Low forward, drive rush this. Just drive rush. But what we saw from Infectious was the opposite, and he won. He won utilizing just extraordinarily good neutral. And that's a big deal. That's a huge deal.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of people don't consider this a very like footsies or neutral game because of the lack of invincibility on a lot of moves. So yeah, I mean, it was like watching like old school Street Fighter, watching him play. I mean, was there anything else that we wanted to bring up about like the parry system or whatever, or the grab system or the tech system? I mean, you could sort of say that like him like trying to make people parry without a hit from the Superman punch, like now that parries cost so much, like the cost of parrying and stuff like that is so inflated, you know. Like I see a lot of like top players just say like the game hasn't changed at all, if you know what I mean, but I think like with all the new changes to the drive gauge system, like a lot of like people who are playing quite instinctually, they're not really like picking up on the new meta around the drive gauge that is like sort of becoming more omnipresent within the game.
That whole idea, right, behind doing something to elicit the response of your opponent, right? That's always kind of been in. I mean, just doing a shimmy is doing that, right? You're trying to get them to throw out a throw so that you can get a whiff punish, get into it's a counter punish, and get big damage on them, or get Oki or whatever you're trying to achieve. But I think what we're starting to figure out, and I think there's things that still haven't been really figured out or fine-tuned, is historically in this game, going for like a throw tech has not been a very good option. You don't get anything out of getting throw tech. You do now. You get 1 bar of meter. Is it a buff? Yeah. Is it a worthy buff?
You also got
Depends
like push
situationally.
back. You lose neutral. You throw tech. So like if you guess right and you throw tech, you get pushed back, right? So like
Hmm.
it's not they get pushed back, right? But it slowly pushes you to the corner. It's almost I feel like throw tech should be like the aggressor gets pushed back, you know. But
Like you get a reward for getting through. Yeah, I agree. I mean, there should be a better reward for guessing correctly on that. Right now, all we have is block and delay tech, fuzzy jab, delay jab, and backdash. Which I'm noticing backdash is getting utilized a lot now because it leaves you at usually like a +4 situation, which leads to a small combo for some people, and yet some other characters get big stuff off of it. Like for example, Ken gets a lot off of a +4. Ken gets crouch light into stand medium, stand fierce target combo into the flame tatsu, right? Or if he's already in the corner, now you're in the corner, right? Kami kind of gets something similar. So there's some characters that are going to benefit more from that than others, and it just does feel unbalanced in that situation from a backdash. But I think there still needs to be more vamping with like the throw tech mechanic in general. There just needs to be more. I mean, I don't know if adding another bar of meter is gonna fix it either. Well, it'll definitely be advantageous, especially if you're the guy on the back foot. But what if you're not the guy on the back foot, right? What if you're the guy that's winning and you've got the drive meter already and you don't really, need it, and you tech him? And also with the meter gain, what about the mind games that go into that? Now, like, think about it. Like, now, if someone's about to burn out and you're thinking about going for a throw and you're like 90% sure it's going to work, but you're afraid of that 10%, they might tech it and get meter back. You're going to have to do things like delay, shimmy, throw. And that's going to be weird. Like, it's just a weird way to play the game because, like, you may be the one that wants the meter and you probably know they're going to throw too. And then you say, okay, well, I'll wait for them to think they're teching my throw and I'll just tech them. Do you see what I mean?
yeah, that
Like,
makes sense. Yeah.
And then you're the one that gets the meter exchange, and it's like, oh well, the guy that it was supposed to work for just got completely screwed. I don't know. I mean, I do think there's like a lot of room for like mind games here, but I just don't think it's strong enough. I think that we need. I honestly think that like a throw whiff needs to be much more negative. It needs to be on par with whiffing a DP. That's what I think. I think that like if you whiff a throw, it needs to be more negative. And I think off of a throw tech, they need to be at least -10, -11, maybe -11. They should.
The way that I look at throws, right? Like, I don't necessarily think that whiffing throws is that much of a problem. I think that it's just like the strength of throws are just too ridiculous at this point. I mean, like, if you get them teched, you push them back. If you hit them, you can actually just put them in a 50-50 situation that can lead to like a win condition. And like, they're just so far now on all of the cast. Like, it used to be that like, if you got a throw, yeah, you did a lot of damage, but they would be thrown full screen. If you look at like Ken's old throw in like Street Fighter 2, he like throws them full screen, like overhead, if you know what I mean. And it did do a lot of damage, but like when Honda or like Geef got a command throw, it would allow a throw loop. It would allow a guess situation, but that was the reward for getting in. And like I guess it's like I don't know, like to go from that to like the whole Kara era where like everyone's get like Shotos have the best throws in the game because of Kara throws with like Ken, and then to this situation where we have like everyone has like the best O-key off of everything. Everyone needs O-key off of everything, because if they didn't get O-key, it would be unfair because we gave O-key to this other character, you know what I mean? So it just ends up with a situation where it's just like complete casino. And like I think that just like I think there should just be like an increased distance for like throws, like because I think like the way that like You know how like Lily can sort of command throw loop if she uses her wind stocks and stuff like that?
Yeah, with OD, yeah.
But it's sort of honest because it's so telegraphed, if you know what I mean. Like, it's full screen. When she's setting that up, it's full screen. So if you know that exists, like, it's honest. Like, you know that it can happen. So it's like an honest mix-up. But with, like, Drive Rush, you're always going to have Loki. But if there's a longer distance, you have to Drive Rush. And then it's like, you don't have to guess, like, in footsie's range, whether or not a grab's going to land. Because grabs are just so far now. Yeah, that's my thinking of it. Like, the whole thing about, like, normal grabs to command grabs is, like, command grabs had, like, the big whiff. And the normal grabs were just, like, super recoverable. It's sort of like it's sort of like the meta of like grapplers of like building like conditioning, if you know what I mean. Like, you throw out the normal grab to sort of condition them, but like everything's just so high power now these days to like compensate for all the universal mechanics that like all the fundamentals about these archetypes just like no longer can exist or have any identity anymore. It's just like every character has to sort of play the same. And
yeah, I mean, I agree with you on some extent to that.
Yeah, I think like that's my like I know this like probably no one would agree with me. I think there should be like more throw distance. I don't care if they have to change the animation ups or like make them bounce or some shit like that. I mean, Lily just fucking hops full screen after her command grab. She like throws them and then jumps full screen. It makes
and she gets throw shimmy strike off of it, right? Because I don't think Lily has many. She's a straightforward, like, everyone knows her game plan. It's very easy to know what she wants to do. She's got 2 buttons. She's doing crouch fierce, back fierce, right? And she's basically trying to play the walk at you, and while I walk at you, I want you to begin trying to whiff buttons so that I can crouch fierce and go into something big. And that's her only real tool. She doesn't have the best mix-ups either, and everything that does a lot of damage takes up a lot of her meter. And so she's also got the weaker throws in the game compared to anyone else. I'm not really sure. I think they're comparable to Akuma's throws, which isn't that good. His like, I guess, teleport command grab does like 2,600 damage or something like that, if I remember. Or maybe it's less. Maybe it's like 18 or 19. I can't remember. But I mean, yeah, I mean, think of like someone like Zangief. Like, it's how much does his light version throw do? It's like, is it like 2,700, 26? Does a decent amount, and it has a lot of range tacked onto it. You could catch a whiff, by doing the light version. His OD version has insane range as well, and just does upwards of like 3,400 damage, which is 34% of your life is gone now. So I think the truth about all of it is that the reason they can't have OT is because throws exist in the first place to whittle away at a very defensive player. And so if I sit there and I hold down back and you throw me 3 times, right? I throw is like 1,200 damage on a normal person. That's only 30. That's as much as Zangief's medium throw, right? It's like 3,600 or something.
What I'm saying is like the normal. I think just the normal throws need pushback. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying like Lily and Zangief need throw loop. I'm not saying that on their command throws or anything like that. Because, like, throws are just so overpowered at this point that just sort of just can't exist anymore, if you know what I mean. Like, as you said, the damage is so high. Like, they made them all slower in Street Fighter V, and to compensate, they made them do full combo or a ridiculous amount of damage to compensate. And now they're at this position where they're, like, yeah, as you said, like, really long reaching, if you know what I mean. You're almost playing footsies with them. like Zangief can, like, just suddenly put your head between his thighs. Like, it's almost you teleport there, if you know what I mean.
Oh, absolutely. Dude, his air grab is even more. It's like, it like they never fixed this hitbox. Like they tried to fix some of his hitboxes to be more accurate and representative of where his hurt boxes actually are on the screen. If you know anything about Zangief, his drive rush animation is whack, or at least it was. I haven't really tested it much recently, but you basically you can't look at his body when he drive rushes at you. You have to look at his feet. His feet are the indicator of where he actually is. And if you know his drive rush, he lunges forward and runs. So his upper body isn't actually the hitbox. It's actually his feet. His feet are behind what would look like where the hitbox would be. And that was screwing. I mean, I know when I just started playing this game, that was destroying me. So that, things like that need to be fixed still. His air grab is insane. It's just a vacuum.
Yeah, like I'll probably like put this up with like the footage of us playing, and then I'll put like little clips in, like of footage to like sort of better contextualize what we're talking about. But I think like it's better if we like probably cut it off here, so I don't have too much to edit.
All right, yeah, no, I hear you, dude.
But yeah, like let us know if you enjoyed Street Fighter 6 chat. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Catch you next time.